Hey everybody, it's Christine Ernst, the Fat Ass Cancer Bitch, coming to you from the Cozy Writing Cottage here in Sandwich, Massachusetts. It's Saturday, June 10th. A lovely day despite rain in the forecast. I'm going to head out to some thrift shops, which is my very favorite thing to do. In fact, the piece that I'm going to read today takes place in a thrift shop. It's been a big week. 37 indictments. Woo-hoo. He's indicted and it feels so good. I doubt we'll ever see him in an orange jumpsuit, but hope springs eternal. 37 though, and these are federal charges, so there's that. Also, Pat Robertson died. What a horrible person. Who helped invent the Christian extreme right. To perpetrate horrible deeds in the world. What a terrible person. And I'm not afraid to say that I'm glad that he's dead. It's almost worth it to go to hell to be at the gates, at Satan's gates when Pat arrives. Oh, gosh, to be a fly on the wall. Anyways, bye-bye, fucker. Today I'm going to talk about Jesus in the context of the thrift shop that I love to go to. It's called What Would Jesus Do? There is a woman I see almost every Saturday at the V2P, the St. Vincent de Paul thrift shop, where I shop for treasure almost every week. This fine cashmere sweater came from that thrift shop, in fact. St. Vincent de Paul's miracle was that he cured a nun of ulcers sometime around 1647. But more importantly, he made rich people give their money to the poor, which is absolutely a kind of miracle. The Vincentian motto is, charity is infinitely inventive. Isn't that beautiful? Charity is infinitely inventive. So she is old, this woman that I see, this volunteer. Let's call her Phyllis, which may or may not be her real name. She's a talker and mostly deaf and mistakes me for a kindred spirit. She often launches right in when I see her there. Today she frets about the border, all those filthy criminals sneaking into this great country. She pats the little WWJD enamel pin on her collar. What would Jesus do? She says she always asks herself this question, what would Jesus do? She adds with great conviction that she knows in her heart, and here she places her hand on her chest like she's about to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, thus confirming my suspicion that she has conflated her religion with patriotism. She places her hand on her chest and she says that she knows in her heart, her wizened little American walnut heart, that Jesus was a white man with blue eyes. She looks at my daughter, Julia, now. My, Phyllis says. The boys are gonna go for you, girlie. You're gonna have to beat them off with a stick. She cackles. Phyllis looks at me and tells me that I should lock Julia up. She pats her pin again. WWJD. You just talk to the man, my friend, she says. Like I do. It's a scary world out there, she cautions. People are despicable, you know, she says. And I say loud enough for her to hear, or perhaps read my lips. Yes, Phyllis, people are indeed despicable. There's no point in arguing. 1, she is deaf, and 2, I cannot change her. And frankly, I look forward to seeing her. The material is just too good. But I am careful to explain to Julia on the ride home that Phyllis is wrong, that most of the folks at the V2P do not think and certainly do not speak like Phyllis. I tell her that Phyllis is in her late 80s, which is a good thing. I tell her that it is our job to compensate for people like Phyllis, that we must be extra kind to folks in the world because of people like her. Julia asks, what would Jesus do, Mom? Hey, Phyllis. WWJH, who would Jesus hate? WWJJ, who would Jesus judge? WCD, IHB, what classified documents would Jesus hide in his bathroom? WND, WJB, OGP, what natural disaster would Jesus blame on gay people? WWJD, what would Jesus do? People like Phyllis frighten me. Also the state of Florida. Also the guy with the flag on his pickup and the Black Rifles Matter sticker on his bumper. I don't know how to reach them. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, that little family, fled as refugees into Egypt when Herod ordered the slaughter of the innocents. Hey, Phyllis, Jesus was a brown-skinned toddler fleeing for his life with his parents. What if he had died in a detention center at the border? Phyllis, think about that. If Jesus had died in custody, even though his mother begged the doctors to get him to a hospital, if Jesus had died, there goes St. Vincent de Paul along with every other saint in the Catholic canon, along with your nifty volunteer gig / racist soapbox at the V2P, Phyllis. Jesus. Jesus. Whoever you were, however you lived, whatever you became to the world, to me you are a jumble of my lapsed Catholic upbringing, a lifelong American-Irish second-generation Polish guilt complex, and the collection of a glow-in-the-dark plastic rosary set from my grandmother that I cannot throw away. You are the epithet I utter 100 times a day, Jesus H. Christ on a fucking cracker. You are the poster child for all the very best thrift shops. You are a tool of the patriarchy, a weapon of the corrupt. I'm looking at you, Pat Robertson. You are mostly myth and fable, but I'd like to know who you are now, here, today. Your mission is solid, to love one another and try not to be assholes about it, because some of us are indeed despicable. I need your help with them. Dear Jesus, make me an instrument of peace. Dear Jesus, make kindness great again. Dear Jesus, make hate wrong again. Dear Jesus, make the truth true again. We shall overcome. Amen. So I'm not really religious. Oh, Jesus pops up in my work all the time. His message of love. So quickly and easily co-opted by the haters. Beware. So get out there. Go to a thrift shop. Go find some treasure. Don't let the assholes wear you down. Have a lovely week, my friends. I'm so glad you tuned in. I should tell you I have a show at Cape Cod Theater Company on June 24th. It's the Fattest Cancer Bitch 2023, Bite Me, where I do indeed appear in a hot dog costume, worth the price of admission. I have another show in September at Wellfleet Preservation Hall, and then I've got a bunch of holiday shows at the Cultural Center and at out in Wellfleet. So go to my website. You can check that out, those dates, which I think I posted at www.christineernstwriter.com. You can also find me on YouTube, where all of my video content resides. Christine Ernst, FACB on YouTube. Thanks, as always, for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Come as you are beloved.